Good afternoon, everyone. So, morning we started the session collections topic. We have started the morning. So, I will quickly revise what we have discussed in the morning session. Collection main agenda. I will share my screen. Collection agenda. In this, we will learn a few more points like why we need to go for the collections. That is the first scenario. And second scenario, what is the collection framework and collection hierarchy. And our agenda is list interface and implementations, set interface and implementation, queue interface and implementation, map interface and implementation, collection sorting. Collection. This is the our actual agenda. So in this collections topic, we will learn these all the perspectives. The first one is why we need to go for the collections. What is the collection framework, collection hierarchy, list interface and implementation, set interface and implementation, queue interface and implementation, map interface and implementation, collection sorting. Collection sorting. So this is our collection topic agenda. Our collection topic agenda. Okay, fine. Like why the JDK people has introduced the collection topic. Basically, what does it mean by variable? Variable, it is a container. It is used to store the data. It is used to store the data. We have the data types, two data types, like predefined data type and user defined data type. So like predefined data types can hold only single value. It can be hold single value. And user defined data, it can hold multiple values. So if you observe the difference between the variable and array, it is used to store the single data or single object. Single data or single object. I would say variable is a container. It is used to store the single object. Single object. But in some cases, what will happen? We need to store the more objects. So in that case, we will go for the arrays concept. Arrays is used to store the group of objects. Group of objects. But will we have in the arrays? Will be having some drawbacks. Like we need to fix the array size. If you fix the array size, if anything we need to manipulate, like it is impossible. Why? Because the array size is fixed. Array size is fixed. So arrays, it is used to store the group of object. But in the arrays we will be having some drawbacks, like the array size is fixed. If the array is fixed, if you want to change, if you want to add the elements, if you want to retrieve the elements, it is impossible in the arrays. It is impossible in the arrays. And it can be stored only homogeneous data types. Like for example, if you declared the array with the int, you can able to store the only integer values. If you can declare with the string, you can able to store the only string values only. So the array is purely homogeneous. Homogeneous meaning it can store only similar data types. Similar data types meaning only same data type it can hold. It can store. We'll be having some drawbacks like sizes and I would say next thing, sizes and homogeneous type. So to overcome the problems of arrays, we are going to use the collections. We are going to use the collections. Basically, variable also a one container, arrays also container, but the difference is it can hold only, it can store only one object. And if you observe the arrays, it can hold more than one object, but the object should be same data type. So that is not recommended, I would say. That is not good way. Like our based on the requirement, we need to store multiple data type objects also. So to overcome the problems of array, we are going to use the collections. We are going to use the collections topic. In the collections main purpose is to store the group of objects. Arrays main purpose is also to store the group of objects only. But the object should be in same data type. The object should be the same data type. But in case of collections, the object should be homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. homogeneous and heterogeneous. Collections basically, it is used to store the both homogeneous and heterogeneous. based on the requirement Based on the requirement, we will store the objects. So what are the main drawbacks we discussed in the arrays? One is the size, fixed size. If you fix the array size, we cannot add the values. So that is the drawback. How will you overcome the drawback? In the collections concept, the collection size is growable, meaning dynamically collection size can be increased and collection size can be decreased. For example, we'll be having some predefined methods, like add method. So if you are adding the elements, if you are adding the data, the collection size can be increased automatically. if you are retrieving if you are retrieving or if you are deleting, so I would say the collection size automatically decreased based on the data. You are adding the data, the collection size will be increased. You are deleting retrieving the data, the collection size will be decreased. So this is the one, the difference between the array and collection. And second thing is we can store any type of data collection. In case of arrays, we can store only homogeneous. If you define with integer, then you can able to store only integer values in the arrays. Only integer values in the If you define with the string, you can able to store only string values in the arrays. That is the very big drawback in the arrays. How will you overcome? We can overcome with the collections. Collections can support both homogeneous and heterogeneous. We can store both homogeneous and heterogeneous values. We can store both homogeneous and heterogeneous values. So in the interview perspective, like they will ask what is the difference between the arrays and collections. Most of them are saying arrays is used to store the objects, but collections also same purpose. It is also used to store the objects only. Then why the JDK people has introduced the collection? So they might be asked the questions like this. Uh, Be- uh, in the arrays, it can hold only same data type, but in case of collections, it can hold both heterogeneous and homogeneous. Heterogeneous both, any data type you can add to the data structures. So after this, collections providing predefined methods to insert, update, retrieve, or sorting, etc. Will be having predefined methods. Collections is having predefined methods. Basically, collections is the framework. What does it mean by framework? Framework meaning ready-made software. Ready-made software. Ready-made software meaning already everything is available. Only thing is utilization. Everything already available. Only thing is utilization. Based on our requirement, we need to utilize. We need to utilize. We need to utilize. Like this is the framework actually. With the help of frameworks, the frameworks is very useful to the developers. With the help of frameworks, we can easily develop the projects. Why? Because already everything will be available under the framework. For example, the morning I have explained like some psychological example. Like for example, if you want to eat immediately anything, like if you go for the biryani, we need to purchase the rice, we need to purchase the some groceries, and we need to purchase all the items, chicken and all. And we need to start cooking. And around it will take 1.5 hour to prepare the biryani and to eat. It will take lot of time. But if you go for the Maggie already, groceries and everything will be already available in the Maggie. Just it will take 2 minutes to prepare the Maggie and to eat. So framework also similar to, I would say, framework meaning itself, it is having all the predefined methods, interfaces, class, everything available. Only the thing is we need to use those interfaces, methods, and you can develop our project. That is the thing we can observe here. Collection is a framework because it is providing predefined interfaces, classes, methods to perform operations on the data. already everything available, already these all are the predefined. We simply use these predefined classes, these predefined methods, we can perform the operations on the data. Only the thing is, like the requirement is like this, you can analyze the requirement. Based on the requirement, you can use those predefined methods and you can write the program. Requirement analyze, based on the analyze, you can write the your own program. That is the thing, like the methods, classes, everything already predefined. You can use those predefined classes, predefined methods, you can perform operations on the data. You can perform operations on the data. Okay, is there any hierarchy in the collections? Yes, we have the hierarchy. Hierarchy is the first, I am saying the hierarchy with respect to interfaces, with respect to interfaces. So main, in the collection hierarchy, main parent interface is collection. Under the parent interface, it will be having sub interfaces like a list, a set, queue, map. These four are the sub interfaces of collection. Sub interfaces of the collections, these are the sub interfaces, and collection is the parent for all these sub interfaces. And iterable is the, iterable is parent for collection interface. Iterable is parent for collection interface. Okay, fine. Now we'll try to we'll go one by one. First, you can observe this all, this is the hierarchy, collection hierarchy with respect to, with respect to interfaces. Interfaces, collection, after the under the collection will be having sub interfaces like list, set, queue, and map. We'll go one by one. List meaning, list, it is used to store the group of objects. It is used to store the group of objects. All interfaces main purpose is also same, to store the group of objects, but there will be having little differences, little differences. That is, this list can allow the duplicate values, this set can allow the it doesn't allow the duplicate values. And queue is the like data structure, it can store the values in the form of FIFO. FIFO meaning first in first out. And map is also one data structure, it is used to store the objects in the form of key value pairs. Objects in the form of key value pairs. Key value pairs. Okay, after this we'll try to understand diagram. One minute. So hierarchy meaning how the hierarchy will be there in the collections. This is collections, in the collections topic. This, if I mention like this is the stereotypes. First one is the collection. Collection is the interface. Collection, and the collection parent is the iterable. 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 Iterable also one interface. Under the collection, we will be having list interface, list interface, and we'll be having queue interface, queue interface, and next set interface, set interface, Under the list we'll be having classes like array list, next thing linked list, stack, stack, vector, stack, vector. These four are the subclasses of the list interface. And queue is the interface. Under the queue we'll be having the class that is the priority queue, priority queue. Next, under the set we'll be having the hash set, hash set, and a linked hash set. Here we'll be having one more interface, that is the shorted set. Here we'll be having one more class, that is the I would say shorted set. Hmm? Preset. Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. Preset. This is the preset. Whatever I mentioned in the blue color, these all are the interfaces. This one is collection is the one interface, list is the one interface, and queue is the one interface, set is the one interface, and short set is the one interface. And whatever I have mentioned in the red color, these all are the classes. Array list is the one class, linked list is the one class, and stack is the one class, and vector is one class, vector is one class, and priority queue is the one class, and hash set is the one class, linked hash set is the one class, and preset is the one class. Now you guys can tell me, this is the interface. If I want to implement the properties from parent interface to child interface, which keywords should I use? Extends, exactly, extends. Extends is the keyword we will use to inherit the properties from parent interface to child interface. Child interface. Okay, list is also, this one also interface. Now this is the parent interface. If I want to inherit the properties from parent interface to child interface, then I will use the extends. And from here to here also, I will use the extends. From here to here also, I will use the extends. I will use the extends. Okay. Then what about these are the classes, array list. If I want to inherit the properties from uh, list interface to array, then which keyword should I use? Implements, exactly. So I will write like this. So mm, okay, some matter. Okay, this is the interface. If I want to inherit the properties from interface to classes, we'll be having the keyword, that is the implements. So implements is the keyword, implements. With the help of implements keyword, we can inherit the properties from interface to classes. Next, in the same way, here also this is the implements, and here also implements, here also implements. This is the I would say shorted set is the subclass of the setter. subclass of the set, subclass of the set. Here we will use the extends, extends, extends. Next, I would say in these both cases we will use the implements, implements. Here we will use the implements, implements, and from here to here we will use the implements only, implements, implements. So we can observe this is the one class, and this is the one class, and this is the one class, this is the one class, and 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 this is the one class, this is the one class, this is the one class. So basically these are the interfaces. Collection is the interfaces. Under the collection will be having three interfaces: list, queue, and set. So now we are currently, this is the hierarchy. So you should remember compulsory this hierarchy. So then only you will get the clarity, like where you are going and what you are doing. You will get the clarity. So everyone should by heart this hierarchy. So now we are going the list. I would say list interface. So we'll try to understand one by one. So in the list interface, we should remember the main, this thing is same, and another list interface will be having the first one is the array list. Array list is the class, and second one I would say linked list, linked list, and third one I would say vector, vector, and fourth one is the stack. Fourth one is the stack. Fourth one is the stack. So in this list, you should remember this one is the, like, so we can store the values, we can retrieve the values in the based on the index positions, based on the index positions. So under the list will be start trying with the array list. So array list, the first point you can remember, array list, it is the predefined class. It is predefined class. Predefined class. It is available in, it is available java.util package. It is available in java.util package, and it has introduced in 1.2 version, JDK 1.2 version. It has introduced in JDK 1.2 version, and the beauty of array list is, the beauty of array list is we can store the values, we can retrieve the values based on the index position, based on the index position, based on the index position, to store the to store the data, and to retrieve the data, to retrieve the data based on the, based on the index positions, index index positions. So the beauty of array list is to store the data, to retrieve the data based on the index positions. So then we can say array list is the index index based, index based data structure, index based data structure, index based data structure. Next thing, in the arrays list, duplicate duplicate values are allowed. Duplicate values are, duplicate values are allowed. Duplicate values are allowed. Duplicate values are allowed. So array list is the class. This class will be having some predefined methods. What are the methods? It will have some predefined methods. predefined methods like from some predefined methods like these are the methods like add method, size method. These are the methods I will be right here. So array list will be having predefined methods. The methods are like add method, size method, get method, contains method, remove method, and index method, So I will be show the diagram like how the values are stored in the array list. Then you will get the clarity. So this one is clear. Hierarchy is clear. Next, I will draw the diagram of this is the array list. In the arrays list, I can one and two, three, four, five, six, seven. So the beauty of array list is values will be stored based on the index. Based on the index. If I will take second color here, I would like to take some values like 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107. So where the 100 got stored at the position of zeroth index. This is the zeroth index. First index, second index, third index, fourth index, fifth index, and this is the sixth index. This is the seventh index. These all are the index positions. Index positions. Index positions. So in the array list, the values will be stored or the values will be retrieved based on the index positions. Based on the index positions. The beauty of array list is to store the data to retrieve the values based on the index position. Based on the index positions. Already I have written in the notepad, so no need to write here. Index positions. Okay. Now, for example, if I want to add, if I want to add 108 element, 108 is the value. Right now, my requirement is I want to add 108 value to the array list. This is the array list. This is the array list. Whenever we are creating the like object array list, this is the predefined class. Predefined class will be having first character in uppercase and every word first character in the uppercase. So this is the predefined class array list, and I will write clearly, then you know we'll get the clarity. Predefined class already available. Now I need to create the object for the predefined class. First you should create the object. So with the help of new operator, we can create the object. So everyone, this point is clear. I am creating the object array. L is the capital list. This is the when I am mentioning the new. Now I have successfully created the object. I am storing this object into the AL reference variable. AL is the reference variable, and this reference variable data type is the array list. Array list is the class. Array list is the class. This is the user defined data type. This is the user defined data type, and this is the reference variable, and I have stored this object into the variable reference variable. Now what I am saying, this is the reference variable. This is the reference variable. In this reference variable, I have stored all elements like 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107. Now my requirement is I want to add 108 element to the same same variable, same variable. How can I add? So basically, this is in the format of array list only. Array list meaning like the all the values will be stored based on the index positions. Now I want to add one more value to the same array list. How can I add? We'll be having the predefined methods. With the help of predefined methods, you can able to add. Now I will use the add method. Now I will use the add method. For example, al dot, if I mention the add method, if I mention add method, and if I mention the 108, if I declare like this, then what will happen? When I am when I given the value, then in the array list it will be automatically the size the size is increased with the value of 108. The value will be increased automatically. The value will be increased automatically. So this is the main advantages in the collections concept. For example, if I add one more value, like if a dot, if I add some one more value, like if I mention the Java, if I mention the Java like this, then what will happen? Then what will happen? This value will be stored at the index position of 9. It will be stored at the index position of 9. It will be stored here. It will be stored here like this. It will be stored here like this. So this is the main I would say advantage of collections topic. The collections, we can take any data type, any data type. So in the main purpose, like we have in the list in the definition itself, we are discussing about the list is it will store the group of data types. It will allow the duplicate values. What does it mean by duplicate value? Duplicate value meaning already you have taken 108. If you add al dot add 108, it will be stored where it will be it got stored in the 0th position of 10th position. 10th position. The values retrieving and storing based on the index positions. So based on the index position, that's why in the array list we can allow the duplicate values. Duplicate values meaning already we are taking the already one value. If you want to take the same value one more time, then in the array list it is possible. Why? Because the values are stored based on the index position only. The previous value might be stored in the 8th index position. Whatever you are recently storing, that value will be stored in the 10th index position. Then there is no issue. Array list, the duplicate values it can allow. Duplicate values it can allow. Clear guys? This much is clear. Till now, everyone is clear. Array list is similar to array only. Here, the only some differences you should understand. Collections topic is very easy actually. Only the difference is it can allow homogeneous. The size is global. If you want to add, you can add any number of data. You can add any number of values. You can add any number of values based on the adding the values. The array list also increase dynamically. Like you can take duplicate values. The values are will be stored in the based on the index positions. You can take any number of duplicate values also. So all the values will be stored based on the index positions only. So that's why the array list it is allowing the duplicate values. Why? Because values are storing based on the index positions. That's why array list is allowing the duplicate values. Why? Because if you can observe here, one at is will be storing in at the position of 8th, and if you take one more 108 value, then the that value will be stored might be in different index position. Then there is no issue in the array list. So that's why array list is it can allow the duplicate values. It can allow the duplicate values. Next, I would say add is the predefined method. With the help of add method, we can able to add the values. We can add the values. Some predefined methods will be there, like al dot size. If you mention the al dot size, then you will get the size of the array list. You will get the size of the array list. Sometimes what will happen, the array list length We don't know exactly size of the array. Then if you want to find out the size of the array, then we'll be having the predefined method, that is the size method. Simply go to the size method, and I would say you can take the you can use the size method, and uh, you can get the size of the array list. Next, contains. These are the methods will be there. Contains method meaning like the value will be containing or not. We can check with the contains method. Last index. So I will open my Eclipse, and then I will write the programs one by one. We'll get the clarity. I will open my Eclipse. 1 second, I will open. So normally I will take one more class. The class name I will mention. The class name you can take anything, no issue. Now I am taking test is on class. Now array list is the predefined class actually. I want to use the like predefined class. How can I use? Whenever you create the object for the predefined class, you can able to use the predefined class. Now I will create the first thing, main method. Under the main method, I will create the object for the array list. So hmm, this array list is available under the utils package. Utils package. This is the object creation. New is the operator. With the help of new operator, we can able to create the object. We can able to create the object. Now this object I am storing one reference variable. That reference variable name we can take anything. We can take anything. Now this is the class name. Array list is the class name. Array list is the class name. This class name is the data type of the this variable. Data type of this variable. Okay. Now this much is clear. This is the array. Meaning we have created the array. Where is MS Paint? Yeah. When I'm mentioning the like when I'm mentioning array list, array list a equal to array list a equal to new array list, new array list. So when I'm mentioning like this, we have created the object. We have created the object. This is the reference. This is the reference variable. We have created the object, but there is no values. This is the object, but there is no values. This is the empty. This is the empty. Okay, when I'm creating the object, it should be like this. It should be like this. This array list is the empty. This one is the empty. Now I want to add the values to the array list. So basically array list is purely depends on the index positions. Index positions. So like we can add we can utilize the predefined method. We can add the values. Then the values will be stored based on the index positions. For example, al is the reference variable. Dot add. Dot add and you can I am mentioning here some value that is 100. If I mention the value 100, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Here it can hold the 100 value, 100 value, 100 value. Okay. So now the same thing, the same thing. I am copy this one. I paste it this one. If I mention the 500, then what will happen? Then what will happen? The size is increased. The size is increased with 500. The size is increased with 500. The same thing. Like I am copying here, I am pasting here. Like if I mention some string values, anything. If I mention the some digital, if I mention the string value like this, then what will happen here? The size will be increased. The size will be increased with the string. Here it will mention digital. Digital. This is the value. The value are storing based on the index position. This is the index position 0, 1, 2. Next, what will happen? If I go here, like the same thing. If I take the one more string like Java, then what will happen? It will go here and it will be stored here like this. It will be stored here like this. Like third index Java, third index Java. Now, if I come here, if I take the double value like al dot add like some 50 5,500 some, this is the actually double value. Okay, double value. What will happen in this case? It can hold the double values, like it can hold the double values. Now what I'm saying, it can allow the duplicate values also. Now if this is the first time I have used, if I use the same value in the second time, then we can say that is the duplicate value. I am saving this one and I am showing. You can observe it is not throwing any error. Why? Because same value it is stored in the, this is stored in the fourth index position. When I am taking the new value will be stored in the one more index position, that is this one is the fifth, this value is the 5,500. So that's why we are saying array list, array list can allow the duplicate values. Array list can allow the duplicate values. Okay. So I have taken the values and the successfully in the collection interface, the array list has created like this. It is holding the values like this based on the index positions. Now now I have the array list. The array list is having the values like 100, 500, digital, Java, 5,500. This much of values my array list is having. Now I want to, will be having some predefined methods. With the help of methods, we can perform the operations on the data. Like for example, if I want to know the size of the array, like I want to, now I want to print the all the values. How should I print? We'll be having the sysout statement. Here you should pass the reference variable. Then you can run the file, save the file, you can run the file, then you will get the result. You can observe here all the data. You can observe here duplicate value. Duplicate value is printing or not printing. Duplicate value is also printing. Duplicate values also printing. Now we'll try to understand methods one by one. For example, sysout. Sysout is the predefined method. I would say sysout al dot size. If I mention the size, then it will use the size of the array list. Size of the array list. So in this program, like I have taken only these six values, but sometimes what will happen, the list might be more than, so like counting might be taken more time. So with the help of this method, we can easily find out the size of the array list. We can easily find out the size of the array list. So I have taken the size method. If I run the program, run as Java application, you can observe here. So size is 6. Size is 6. Now I want to will be having al dot get is also one method, get is also one method, get method. Now 500 will be uh, stored at the index position 1th position. I would like to know, like this is the small program, so I can able to understand, oh, this value is storing in this value is storing in in this index position. But in the like in the real time, like we'll be having more values there. We'll be having some difficult to find out the exact index position. So we'll be having the one get method. So now if I want to know where 500 got stored, with the help of get method we can able to find out easily, like you can run the file. So yeah, we need to give the index value exactly, not value, we need to give the index positions actually. uh, for example, save the file. If I run this one, then at the index position 1 the value 500 got stored, 500 got stored, 500 got stored. Next, some the methods like sysout, like is empty. Is empty also one method will be having. The same, the method's purpose is same. Is empty meaning if the array is empty, then it will say yes, it is empty. It will tell the true. Now the array is not empty. We are already given some values. Then we will get the false. We'll get the false. Why? Because the array is having some values now. So that's why it is. It will give the false. It will give the false. It will give the false. Next thing, sys out. So I would say the methods, predefined methods, we can use those methods and we can perform the operations on, like index of index of. Now here we can give the like some 500 I am giving. Then it will return the index position. It will return the index position. It will return the index position. So these are the. Hmm? We'll try to see. If I take the duplicate value from, in this case, we'll be having the index positions. Total size is 6. It is giving the first one. So like it will be give the first priority to the first one. Next, if you are calling the same thing, the next time it will be give the priority to next thing, I guess. If I save the file, if I run the file, then it will give first priority. Uh, it is giving all the like first value. It is giving the priority for the first one only. It is giving the priority to the first one only. First one only. So this is the methods. Some methods will be like I will be share the assignments based on the methods. You like check with like a reference variable and that method. So the method name itself will have the meaning. Like size meaning, we can find out the size of the array. Get meaning, we can get the I would say value. And is empty meaning, the method name itself will be having the meaning. Is empty meaning the array is empty or not. And index of meaning, like we need to get the index position of that value. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm? Where? Here. Yes. ఒకటే సార్. ఉమ్, అలా కాదు, ఇక్కడ మనం మెథడ్స్ యూజ్ చేసి మనం చేస్తాం కాబట్టి మనం అలా అట్ ఏ టైం వన్ బై వన్ మెథడ్స్ యూజ్ చేసి అక్కడ మనం డైరెక్ట్గా ఇస్తాం. ఇక్కడ ఓన్లీ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ ద మెథడ్స్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ గివ్ ద వాల్యూస్. యాడ్ మెథడ్ ఈస్ ద ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ మెథడ్. విత్ ద యాడ్ మెథడ్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు. అలా సెండ్ చేయగల. యా, we can try like that also. Like instead of taking one value, so we can take all the values with taking curly braces, and you can pass all the values. Same similar to array. Oh, you can pass all the values. Same same way. This is the array list, and we'll try to understand the linked list also. We'll try to understand the linked list. Basically, in the array list, the values are stored like this. But in the linked list, the values are stored in the form of links. In the form of links. Hmm? Next, linked list also same thing. Linked list also same thing. The values are stored in the form of links. Only the difference array list and linked list is, in the linked list the values are stored in the form of links. For example, the same values we can take, like the values will be stored. This is one data structure, meaning data structure meaning the storing or arranging the values. This is the one type of data structure. This is one type of data structure, meaning this way, this is the one way to store the values. The main purpose of this data structure is to store, to organize, to organize or arranging the data. Arranging the data. This is the one way to store the data. This is the linked list actually. This one is the linked list. Linked list. The values will be stored in the form of links only. For example, this is the 100, this is the 101, and this is the 102, and this is the 103, and this is the 104. 104. If I want to add the one more value, if you want to add the one more value, then what will happen? The value will be stored here 105. If you want the value in between the 102 and 103 in between, like if you want to add one more value, that is the uh, like 108. If you want 108, then what will happen? It will it will make the connection like this. it will make the connection like this. It will make the connection like this. If you add one more value here, if you add one more value here in between, for example, 108, you can take 108, then it will make a connection like this. It will make a connection like this. It will make a connection like this. So basically, linked list, it is also one kind of data structure. It will be arranging the data in the form of links, in the form of links, in the form of links. The same, the methods and everything, whatever the methods available in the array, the same methods we can utilize in the array linked list also. Same thing, I am taking the linked list. Linked list is also one predefined class. Linked list ll equal to new linked list. So we need to import the linked list. So I am importing the linked list. So now this is the empty. We need to add values. Ll dot add object same 101 and ll dot the same process. The same process we can take ll dot add some 900. The same method you can utilize. Next ll dot some anything you can take. The same thing, whatever the process you have did, the same process here also. The same process here also. If you want to store the like the methods like ll, if you save the file and you can get the value, you can get the value like this Java application, then it will be print. It will print the same methods. What are the methods available here? The same methods you can take. The same methods you can take. Second, I will open my Java programs. Here we will be having yeah. This is these are all the methods which will be available. Like simply you can take a sysau statement, then you can pass the methods. Then you can pass the methods. Then you can pass the methods. ll dot add all dot. For example, in the list here I will mention al. Then you get the save the file and now we can run the file. The add all method, it is used to whatever the values available under the array list, we can add all the elements. We can add all the elements. We can add all the elements. The same methods, add all methods. And next thing, uh, remove all method. If you want to remove all the, if you want to remove, for example, like same ll dot remove all. If I mention the remove all, the same if I mention the al, then all the values, all the values of al will be removed. Now if I bring the sysout statement, then we'll get the result. We'll get the same result. We will print the only these three values. We'll print the only these three values. We will print the only these three values. So you can observe here the previous case and this case. Add all meaning whatever the values available in the array list, all the elements you should be add. You should be add to linked list. And if you want to remove elements, then you can remove ll dot remove method, and there you can pass that one. Remove, this is the method, and this method input is the al. We are adding all the elements to this variable, now we are printing the ll. Now you are printing the ll. Next, what methods will be having? Contains all method, meaning you can check the all methods are having or not. Like for example, ll dot contains all of al. Then here you can check, it will give the. So contain all method, it will give the like all the so then contains all method. If I open sysout statement, contains all method. For example, ll dot, I would say contains all method. Will be having contains all method. Then we can say control save, and it will be, so the values, whatever the values available in the AL and in the LL, both are same or not, it will check contains all. The both are same, then it will give the true. The both are is not same, that's why it is giving the false. That's why it is giving the false. So these are the methods. These are the methods. So the same assignments I will share in the group, like array list and linked list. So please go through the assignments. I will share this document to the groups also. Then please do the assignments and you can share in the. I will stop the rest.